One of my favorite videos to film are these most worn videos where I take a look back at the previous season and sort of analyze what it is that I reach for the most. And I do this all based on hard data. I track what I wear every single day. I put it all into an Excel spreadsheet, and then that's how I get the numbers. I'm sure you know the drill by now. You'll be very familiar with these as I've been doing them for over 5 years at this point. But I will link everything I share down below. I will share some outfit inspiration for each piece. And yeah, let's dive into my most worn pieces for autumn. And I want to start with my most worn knitwear item. And that was actually this little wool striped jacket sweater from Goelia. Now this I received as part of a partnership with them, and I've just loved it so much. It is 100% wool, but I don't find it scratchy. It is a little bit sort of textured, but in a soft way. And it has these beautiful gold buttons on the front. I really love that little sense of adornment, and I think the thing that really drew me to this was this ladylike quality, which I think had been missing from a lot of my outfits for quite some time. The buttons aren't actually functional, they're more just for embellishment. It has a hook and eye closure, and I quite like that. I tend to wear this mostly just done up, and I really like how it pairs with some black trousers. That was definitely my preferred way to kind of wear it, but it also looks really chic with a slip skirt or even just a little mini. I've been really happy with the quality. Being a wool knit, yes, it has pilled a little bit, not substantially actually, and I'll show you what I do to actually just give that a little bit of a maintenance and a refresh, but yeah, a favorite. And this was hidden at the back of my wardrobe. I couldn't find it for ages, so I'm gonna put this on rotation to wear tomorrow. I got a size medium. I'm usually an AU8 or a size small. I think the small would have worked too, but I kind of like the boxy fit. I have a discount code too. I'll put that in the description box. But yeah, most worn sweater, and this just tells me I want to wear things that are a little bit more refined. My most worn trouser feels juxtaposed against the striped sweater because at its core, it really is more of a lounge style piece, but the fabrication is what gives it an air of formality. It is these wool elasticated waist pants from Arket. They're essentially a track pant, but they are 100% wool, and I really like that. I mean, again, they do have that sort of suiting textured feel, but they're not itchy against the skin, which I really appreciate. I got my usual size 36, European 36. They fit true to size in my opinion, but I like how easy they have been to throw on, and the fact that they do have that wider straight cut through the leg, which was a silhouette that I've really introduced into my wardrobe over the past sort of 12 months, and I'm really loving it. It does kind of lengthen your legs and make them look a lot longer. This is a really hard wearing and versatile, but also really practical piece because you can throw it in the washing machine. I just put it in a wool setting, comes out like new. I feel like these days we get so precious about what is on the label, and quite often you can launder it at home as long as you are kind of taking the right precautions and really acting with care. I have done a care and maintenance video, which I will link up in the cards, probably due for a refresh at this point, but I think it is pretty true to how I still do my laundry today. Okay, most worn top. I mean, this is no surprise. It was a t-shirt, and I think it's really the style of the t-shirt that says a lot to me. It was, again, my Series Life oversized step hem tees. These are in an organic cotton. They are reasonably robust, and I really like the oversized nature of them, and it tells me that I am still wanting or craving some element of eased out proportions in my outfits, however that is. And these are a little bit more oversized than your average t-shirt. They aren't slim fitting at all, but they have worn and washed so incredibly well. I have it in 3 colors. It is just such a staple item for me, and I think it says a lot about how I tend to center my outfits around a t-shirt as being the base layer. So it's kind of a really good starting point for me, no matter what I'm wearing. And this is a really good styling tip, but if you are thinking about adding something new into your wardrobe, pair it with the items that you love and wear all the time, like your wardrobe workhorses, because that's a great way to sort of start styling it up and beginning to get acquainted with an item that might be a little bit newer to you. Let's do shoes, and I mean, if you thought my most worn shoes of the season were my YSL tribute slides, then you would be right. But I'm a little bit tired of talking about them in every single one of these videos. So let's talk about my other most worn shoe, and it's a tie between, drumroll please, my Everlane Day gloves, which these ones I've had for a few years. They are in the taupe, which is kind of a soft pinky mushroom hue. I did size up a half size, so I usually wear a 9.5 Neverland shoes, and I got these in a 10 because I find that they run narrow and I really need that extra width across the foot. The 9.5 is too tight. They do really kind of give and start to loosen across the foot, but they're so unbelievably comfortable. When my best friend came to visit in June, I wore these 2 days in a row where we did basically 20,000 steps each day, and not a single blister. They were so comfortable. They don't have a lot of support in the sole, but there is a little bit of padding there, and with that rubber sole, I just find that they have that bit of bounce to them when you take a step. I really like the high vamp too, something that in the past I thought wasn't quite for me. It felt too modern, but now it's just right. The other most worn shoe, these Cézanne Vicky loafers. If you follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, you will have seen these so many times because I reach for them at least once a week. As someone who absolutely loves shoes, they are definitely my kryptonite when it comes to items in my closet. I think that says a lot about how much I love them, how comfortable they are, and also the ease of styling them as well. The thing for me that kind of makes them a winner is that they have these sort of vintage elements with the stitch detail here around the trim, which kind of creates this gathered effect. And then also I really like the aged gold chain across the vamp as well. I just think it adds a nice little element of adornment, and I think it makes them feel a little bit more special than your classic loafer, even one with the horse bit design. So yeah, the leather is so soft on these too. These ones I got in my usual size. So I wear a UK 7 if you're on the Australian side, or a US 9 or a French 40. Beautiful, beautiful, cannot go wrong with these shoes. My most worn skirt was a slip skirt, my beloved silk slip from Quince. I mean, these are unbelievable value for money. I also have it in the champagne color, and I just think they're so comfortable to wear, very easy to style as well, and so easygoing, being that you can actually throw them in the wash and then they come out looking like this with a little bit of a steam. I wear mine in the size small, and I think again this kind of speaks to what I was talking about earlier with the Goualia knit, how I want this element of elegance and refinement, and that's really what you get with the silk fabrication, which has this slight sheen to it, which to me kind of reads a little bit more formal, but also in the silhouette, how it is quite floaty and it has lots of movement, and that's definitely something that I am seeing myself continuing to gravitate towards also through the winter months as well. Looks great with a knee-high boot too, which was one of the ways I like to style it, but also with tights and a little ballet flat or a little low heel too. Great one for the office as well. I mean, slip skirts are so versatile. It's no wonder they're one of my favorite style staples for my wardrobe. My most worn jacket is my Kinder Salmon trench, and I really love this for the silhouette. It's a little bit more pushed, a bit more modern. The quality of it is beautiful, which has been my experience with Kinder Salmon as a whole. I just really love these voluminous sleeves and how they're pinched at the wrist. I think it just creates a really interesting shape, and then having that extra width through the body, it just is a great way to play with proportions. I will actually link some alternatives that are a little bit more affordable or perhaps not so pushed in a style direction, but I love this so much. Most worn bag is tied between these three, so let's do speed reviews on all three. Starting with the bag I'm actually currently using, my Acne Mini Masubi bag. I have done a full blog post on this. I'm going to link that down below because all of my thoughts remain the same, but this is definitely one of my favorite bag purchases of all time. I love the shape. I really love the camel color. It works really nicely with my complexion. Only point to note is that my particular bag, the glazing has cracked on it, and I don't know if that was a batch issue, but a little bit disappointing given that it is not an inexpensive object. To compare side by side, the Arket Rigid Crossbody bag, which I purchased as an alternative to this. I wanted to see how it stacked up, and I have to say, I really like this. The actual leather is slightly firmer and more structured than on the Acne one, but it is just as thick. And I would say the quality of the leather is essentially on par. Style difference is that it does have this buckle detail here to adjust the top handle strap, and the crossbody strap is quite narrow. I will show you. So it looks like this, and I've got two issues with the crossbody strap. Putting it in front of my hair, so hopefully you can see that. This little just does this all the time. Yeah, it's not cute. I don't love that. I wish it had another little stud so that it secured the strap. So that's one thing. And also because it is a thinner strap, it can be a bit uncomfortable to wear. The Acne one is a wide strap, so it distributes the weight of what you have in the bag quite nicely. So that's the only thing, but otherwise I adore this. And I'm so glad that I decided to add it to my wardrobe. I really just purchased it on a lark and then I was not willing to return it. Final bag is the Lemaire Croissant bag. I always get questions about this bag whenever I'm wearing it. It is really beautiful quality leather. I mean, it is so supple and soft, and I love how cushy and padded the zipper pull is. My only bugbear is that it has a really wide opening. So everything kind of will just tumble out if you're not careful, if you have it fully open. And then also it does not have an interior pocket, which I don't understand that. To me, that is kind of a must on most bags, just so I can put, you know, 1 or 2 essential items that I don't want to go missing. So aside from that, I absolutely love it. Ease of wear is great. It does look a little bit funny if you just wear it on one shoulder, so it must be worn crossbody, and I wouldn't overstuff it, but obviously it looks a little bit flat when you don't have anything in it. Yeah, so that is a Lemaire Croissant bag. Loads of more affordable options too, so I'm going to link some of those in the description box. And as you know, I live in Sydney, where our autumns are incredibly mild. Quite often it feels like an extension of summer through most of the autumn season. It's usually that last month where things really start to feel a little bit crisper. So I did have a pair of shorts which were on my most worn, so it's probably going to be irrelevant for most of you, but I thought I would add it at the end anyway. My Everlane A-line denim shorts. Again, you're probably sick of hearing me talk about these, but I just find them such an easy style to incorporate into my outfits. They go with absolutely everything and are universally flattering. I like that they're pinched in at the waist, but then they have this nice wide leg opening. That's something that I always refer to whenever I talk about these. I have in 2 different sizes, the 25 for the green and my blue pairs, and then the 26 for the black ones. So you'll see the difference in the sizing for the try on. I love the green because it's just a nice way to add in that little element of color, and it's sort of a bit muted so it doesn't feel too loud. It feels quite approachable from a color perspective. And just to kind of touch on a few of my most worn accessories, the earrings, my Joran hoops from Linya. I wear these on an almost daily basis because they are so easy to wear, feel really effortless, and they have this weightless quality to them. It feels like you're not wearing anything. I do have a buy one, get one 45% off discount code for Linya, which is an even better offer than what they currently have on their site for their summer sale. So I will have all those details down below. The other thing I've been wearing a lot is this really beautiful bangle from Monica Vinader. So I will also link that one down below. I have a 20% off discount code with them. And then my most worn belt would have to be my Anderson's belt, which I have just added to my wardrobe in the dark chocolate mock croc. It is now back in stock in the black leather but with a silver buckle. So it's such a great piece and definitely one of my best accessories purchases to date. I mean, I wear it almost on a daily basis, so wanted to highlight that as well. But yeah, that is kind of my most worn for the autumn season. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere about to sort of start inching towards autumn, I hope that this video was helpful and gave you some styling ideas. And if you did want to read the full blog post, I will link that down below. I will be publishing that at the end of each season, so if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you can have a read through. And then, as you can see, I will be publishing the video format a little bit later. I hope you enjoyed getting a little bit of a peek into what I reach for the most over the autumn months. Thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. I'm always so grateful that you've chosen to do so, as I know our time is precious. I hope you have the most beautiful week ahead, and I will see you again very soon with a new one. Thanks for watching. Bye.